Welcome to the Top Thrill 2 pit stop, where we take you behind the construction wall to see the progress on the world's tallest and fastest triple launch Stratocoaster. What are they building? What are they doing? Where are we at in the process? Let's go take a look. All right, there's a lot of ground to cover, including the linear synchronous motor building. This building will house the electrical components that will drive the LSM stators that will launch you forward and backward up the two 420-foot tall towers. Speaking of the stators, those are being installed right now and connected. And closer to the station, the foundations for the high-speed switch are complete. This switch will switch you between the loading station and the main track that will launch you back and forth. Over on the brake run side, all of the brake run is complete, including the brake fins and the retractable fins and the drive tires that will move you forward and around the corner and into the loading and unloading station. Right next to the station, workers are putting together the foundation that will be the base of the additional support structure that will extend the roof of the loading platform. Just outside the station, the initial columns are set for the big climb, 420 feet into the sky at a 90-degree angle on the reverse spike tower. And finally, on to paint. The crews are making their way slowly but surely all the way up the 420-foot tall Top Hat Tower to give Top Thrill 2 its brand new colors. As you can see, there's a lot happening here on the Top Thrill 2 construction site, and there's so much more to come. Follow us here on the pit stop and on our social media channels for all the latest construction updates. We'll see you on the next pit stop.
Hi, I'm Michael Maney, Vice President of Maintenance and Construction here at Cedar Point. So we're beginning the full assembly of the spike tower behind us, the new steel columns, new steel track, the station structure. Canopy structure has been modified from its original version to make way for the new safety envelope coming through the station with a new track. Top Thrill 2 is getting a completely new color scheme. And as part of that color scheme, the blue you see behind me here is also going to be part of this new station structure that will be our unload and load area for the new trains. Painting crews working at the top of the top hat structure right now as we continue to transform the new color scheme onto the existing tower structure. We have stators that are continuing to be installed and wired by our electricians. We have foundations that are continuing to be poured, going in for our maintenance bay and storage tracks. We have many columns and track that are currently going in. Our launch track is fully installed. And as of yesterday, our fast switch has just gone in and been completed. We're continuing work with the spike tower coming up here very, very soon. Been working on this project for a really, really long time. Super excited to see it moving forward like this, and I hope you are too.
Welcome to another episode of the Top Thrill 2 pit stop. There's a lot going on as usual, but the biggest thing that's happening right now is something you can see from all over the park, and that's the rise of the 420-foot tall reverse spike tower. Let's take a look. There are so many things happening simultaneously, so let's go. At the train maintenance storage area, supports for the catwalks are being placed right now, plus we've received delivery of the motors and drive tires that will move trains in and out of this area. Up on the Top Hat Tower, painters continue to transform the look of this massive coaster. The new red, white, and gray paint is really starting to shine. That's a lot of paint and a lot of courage. A little closer to the ground in the areas around the base of the track supports, these forms are about to be filled with what we call grout, and this will strengthen the bond between each support and the footer below. This should come as no surprise, but connections continue to be made at the linear synchronous motors that will provide the forward and reverse launches, and that's a lot of cable to plug in, so it's one of the lengthiest parts of the project. Oh, and did you catch that green box? That's one of the proximity sensors that will tell the computer exactly where the train is at all times. These ladders and platforms will be attached to the new spike tower if crews ever need to climb to the top, yes, all the way up there, and inspect the track, supports, or the aerial beacon that will warn pilots of its massive height. And speaking of that spike tower, it's growing higher and higher each day with each piece set into place like a massive puzzle. Once each level of the tower is complete, more track is lifted and bolted into place. This process is pretty much rinse and repeat as shipments come in, and soon enough, this gigantic steel wonder will forever change our already unbelievable skyline. In fact, you can already see it as you drive over the causeway, and it's pretty much visible from anywhere in the park. Our crews are moving really fast, but there's still a long road ahead as we build toward 2024 and your first chance to ride Top Thrill 2, the world's tallest and fastest triple launch Stratocoaster. Keep it here on the pit stop and follow us on social for all the construction updates, and we'll see you on the next episode. Welcome to a very special episode of the Pit Stop. We are down here in Orlando, Florida at the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions Expo, where manufacturers from all over the world are showing off everything they've got for the amusement industry. And today we're here at the Zamperla booth for something very, very awesome. And Adam Sandy is with Zamperla. Adam, there's something going on here today, isn't there?
Yes, we have the Top Thrill 2 train here in the house, ready to show everybody.
So this is a sneak peek before the actual unveil. What can you tell us about the train? Let's take a look at it.
Sure, I mean, it's really an amazing piece of technology. The theming was inspired by high performance racing, and we actually use an aluminum milled chassis on it to reduce weight. So from an aesthetic standpoint and an engineering standpoint, it's next level technology.
So really what that means is it's one piece, there's less things to inspect, and it's also lighter, right?
Exactly. And we also actually have carbon fiber on it too.
Speaking of that carbon fiber, it's got an aerodynamic, very sleek nose cone. That's not just for fancy design, right? It actually serves a purpose.
Oh, exactly. When you're going this fast, aerodynamics are key. So we thought a lot about the weight and the shape of the train to make sure it could have the best guest experience possible.
Also unique to this train are the wheels.
Yes.
Something we at Cedar Point have never seen, but they have to be this large. Tell us about these wheels.
Yeah, the wheels are a little over 20 inches tall. So
Ridiculous.
Some of the biggest wheels ever on a roller coaster. And we need that because we're actually doing those 3 launches, forward, backward, and forward. And because we have so much heat that's going to generate, it's a great way to make sure we don't get too hot and we're going that fast.
And also going that fast requires on a fast car a spoiler.
Yes,
which
yes.
this train has, right?
It does, it does. It looks pretty fantastic too.
So these are just the front car and the rear car just for space issues, but you can see that spoiler there. The seating is also different, very comfortable and unique there, right?
It's going to be very open, so very comfortable restraint. You get that whole open air experience, and when you're going that fast, it's going to feel amazing.
So people get a chance to sit in it here, kind of feel what it's like. What are you most looking forward to?
I think it's a beautiful train and honestly one of the best things our company's ever done. So just to get to show everyone coming to this expo what Cedar Point and Zamperla did together is really exciting.
Well, we will have to ride together to see it.
Most definitely.
All right, well, you'll have your first chance to ride it coming up when Cedar Point opens for the 2024 season. See more about Top Thrill 2 on our website at cedarpoint.com and keep it here on the Pit Stop for all the construction updates. We'll see you later as I find my front row seat. Excuse me.
Welcome back to the Top Thrill 2 construction site. We're fresh off our visit to the IAAPA show where we revealed our brand new Top Thrill 2 trains, which by the way, are now here on site, ready to be put on the track for testing and commissioning coming up very, very soon. We have lots of work going on out here where the stators have been 100% installed and are currently undergoing testing. We have our programmers here from both Zamperla and Intrasys that are meticulously going through and testing and commissioning each individual component as we prepare for the first launch. Behind us, painting is almost completed on the existing station structure. And also a big shout out to our partners at Bainham Solutions who have 100% this past weekend completed the painting of the existing top hat structure. Oh, by the way, Top Thrill 2 is not the only ride in the area getting a new paint job. Check out Power Tower when you get a moment. The biggest news out here is the nearing completion of the Spike Tower. We have several more pieces of columns that need to be installed and only 3 more pieces of track. And we're looking to complete this in the next couple of weeks. We're getting closer and closer to putting the trains on the track. We'll bring it to you as soon as it happens. We'll see you next time.
Welcome to another episode of the Pit Stop. You know what? It's December already. We're inching closer to the holidays, but the weather here in Ohio has been fantastic. So our crews have been working really, really hard to get this ride completed as soon as possible. And one of the biggest milestones in the whole project is getting a train on the service track. And now it does look a little weird. You have 2 blue cars and 3 silver cars. The 3 silver cars in the middle were ready to go, so we placed those on there. Plus we have the front car and the last car from our show at IAAPA. They were ready to go. So it's kind of piecemeal together. But the 3 trains will be blue, black, and silver, and not put together the way you see it now. So our maintenance team's getting familiar with the trains right now, how they operate, how they connect, and the testing of that train will begin very shortly where they'll move it in short distances on the launch track, the transfer track, just to make sure everything is running properly. But the big news in this episode is, of course, the topping of the 420-foot tall Spike Tower. The construction crew lifted the very last piece, a red piece of track, 420 feet into the air, secured it in place, which means the entire track layout is now complete. One of the biggest benefits to getting all of this done before the end of the year is that crews do not have to work that high in the air when the weather really starts to get nasty here on the shores of Lake Erie. Great job by all of the crew, and it looks impressive. Cedar Point is now home to two 420-foot tall roller coaster towers. And Top Thrill 2, the tallest, fastest, triple launch Stratocoaster, is right here, and we are so proud to have it complete. And when you drive into the park, you're gonna see how much this changes our Cedar Point skyline. See it for yourself in 2024 when we debut Top Thrill 2, and we'll see you in the next pit stop. Welcome to the pit stop. In less than a week after the new Spike Tower was topped, trains were already moving on the launch track. Last Saturday, December 9th, we started our initial launch track testing, and the crews from Zamperla and Intrasys, the guys who are doing all the programming and who put the stators in to make sure you launch to 120 miles per hour, we're doing a lot of fine tuning and slow speed testing up and down the launch track in preparation for a full speed launch to 120 up and over. Speaking of which, something very special happened today. I'm gonna let Mike tell us all about it. Mike?
We're out here at the Top Thrill 2 construction site where we've been testing and commissioning the launch system all week long, and for a first time in a very long time, a train has gone over the top and completed a full cycle. It's been a lot of planning, organizing, construction that's been out on site to get to this point. It's been over a year and a half in the making, and to watch this come to fruition today has been absolutely unbelievable and amazing.
Talk about an early Christmas present. We cannot wait to get on this ride after watching it, but you're gonna have to wait a few more months. As always, keep it here on the pit stop for all the construction updates, and we'll see you on the next one.
Welcome back to the pit stop. We're out here at the Top Thrill 2 site, fresh off of testing at the end of 2023. But we have a lot of focus going on right now with the area development and the work around the station. One of the key modifications made to the station was to make room for the new safety envelope for the ride vehicle as well as the spike track. This involved us modifying the roof structure and canopy with a significant amount of work, and actually another section of canopy has been added to the station structure itself. So crews are lifting that into place, welding, bolting, and making the final touches so the new station canopy is completely installed and ready to go. They're building the entry and exit ramps that will bring guests onto the loading platform, as well as allow them to exit into our photo booth area. We're also constructing the overhead operations booth, where our operators will both monitor what is going on in the station, as well as initiate that first launch. It may feel like there's not a lot going on out here at the Top Thrill 2 construction site, but we're getting ready to kick it into overdrive. We have vehicle testing, we have more area development, station work, queue lines, fencing, everything that is going to transform and bring Top Thrill 2 to life. And we'll bring it to you right here on the pit stop.
We're just a few days into March, and there's a lot of work that's been completed, but still a lot of work to go. And I know a lot of you are asking, when can I ride Top Thrill 2 first? Well, we'll have a few details coming up in the next few weeks on how you can ride Top Thrill 2 before it debuts to the public on Saturday, May 4th, which is our opening day. More details on that coming very, very soon. Check our website and our social media channels. Over inside the construction site, one of the coolest features that's just been added is the canopy right over the main entrance. This will be where our ride hosts greet you and let you know of our rider safety policies, and it's just past the entry portal, which is not yet put up. Next to the launch track, the safety fence is getting an upgrade. The concrete bases have been poured, and now we're waiting for those to cure before we add the fencing on top of that. It'll look like a real-life raceway. Inside the perimeter of the ride, you'll see we're pouring the foundation for all of the queue that will go in. The rails will go in just after all of this concrete is poured, and closer to the station, they're finishing a pour on concrete that goes up to the control booth. The painters are making minor touch-ups on the station, and speaking of the station, it looks fantastic. The gates that will open just before you board have been installed, and crews are adding additional fencing, the exit gates, the fencing between fast lane and the regular line, and the control panels have been installed. After meeting with our operations team, they kind of laid them out on the platform, decided where they want them to go, and now they are in place, waiting to be connected. And one of the last things that's happened in the past few days is the pennant flags have been placed on top of the loading platform. The red and white flags tell you that you're about to embark on a race unlike any other. Decorative panels below the station platform have been added, and more of those will be added over the coming weeks, including the wall between the main track and the loading platform. Spring is right around the corner and things are heating up, and we cannot wait to race for the sky once again.
Welcome back to the pit stop, where we've been really busy out here at Top Thrill 2. We've been busy building the foundations for our entry portal signage. We have many additional signs into the area. We have our entry pylons, which will greet you as you enter into the Top Thrill 2 Midway on both sides of the attraction. We also have our entry portal where our guests will enter into the line as our ride operators greet them for the first time. Speaking of the queue, we continue to pour concrete as well as continue to build out our roof shade structures, which will also house fans and misters to keep you cool while waiting in line to ride Top Thrill 2. And this week, something special arrived. The third and final train, the Black Train, is officially on site and on the track. Over the coming days, the maintenance team here at Cedar Point is continuing to connect the train and align it and prepare it for test runs coming up here very, very soon.
Oh, and one more thing actually happened this week. Mike, it's happening.
It's happening, for sure.
They've allowed us to take a test ride the first time on Top Thrill 2. 2.5 years-ish later, here we are actually seeing the project come to life.
It's gonna be exciting, for sure. Ready to go?
He's chill.
Yeah.
He's chill. I'm a little scared. First time ride experience, you know?
A little nervous?
Yeah, a little nervous, a little bit. There's a seagull down there.
Yeah, be fine.
Needs to fly away, and away we go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Woo! Oh, yes! Oh, that's fun. That's nice. Oh, airtime.
Okay.
Airtime. Whoa! Backwards launch.
Backwards.
101 miles per hour! Ah! Holy cow! Oh, positive G's, negative G's, way low! Oh, that's deep! Ah! Ah! Woohoo! 420 feet! Oh, spiral!
Hey.
I just got a facelift. Holy cow. Positive G's.
I'll tell you what, it's 50 degrees out, but it's cold at
It is
120 miles an hour.
It is, but the negative G's,
Yep.
the air time.
100%.
Holy cow,
Awesome.
and that launch.
The weightlessness.
Oh, that reverse launch. Oh, that reverse launch. And then going forward, man, it just keeps picking up speed and picking up speed. Oh. Oh. Can we do it like 4 more times?
Let's try the back.
Oh, we're gonna try more seats, but we'll see you on May 4th. Welcome to the pit stop. Boy, just getting off the ride and having that first ride experience was amazing. Let me just tell you, I think one of the best parts about Top Thrill 2 is the reverse launch, 101 miles per hour up that 90-degree spike, then forward into 120 miles per hour. I think you're really gonna love it if you're a coaster fan. Out here at the construction site, we are putting the finishing touches on everything around Top Thrill 2, including the entry portal. The brand new sign that welcomes you into Top Thrill 2 is up. It's got this really cool semicircle type of portal with TT2 on the top, plus the 2 race drivers on either side. Elsewhere, the TT2 and CP Racing signs have been placed right next to the launch track. And the signs welcoming you to the Top Thrill 2 Plaza are now both up on either end of the midway. Inside the ride's queue, our fun TVs have been installed and all the queue rail is in. And up on the platform, our ride operations crew is training on the ride right now, getting ready to welcome our first guests, testing how guests will get in, opening up the harnesses, closing the harnesses, doing all their safety checks, working with the panels, and practicing the sequence of sending a train and putting that high clear thumb in the air. Just across from the ride's exit, the CP Racing store is getting its coat of paint on the outside, and work continues on the inside where you'll be able to buy exclusive Top Thrill 2 merch. And don't forget, if you're a Cedar Point Prestige Pass holder or Cedar Point Gold Pass holder, you have a chance to ride Top Thrill 2 before it opens on May 4th. Don't forget to check out the preview events at cedarpoint.com/events and register. There's still a few spots available. We can't wait to get you on the ride. You'll do that in just a few weeks when we open for the season on Saturday, May 4th. We'll see you in the next one.
Welcome back to the last and final pit stop as we get ready to put the checker flag on this project. But before we can do so, we have some finishing touches that need to happen out here at Top Thrill 2. We've been working really hard to install the graphics package. As you can see, it's installed on the outside of the exit tunnel and also inside the station area along the entire wall where the load and unload station meets the launch track. And we can't wait for nighttime operation because Top Thrill 2 will take on a whole different look. The spike tower looks absolutely amazing and can be seen from miles away. And our entry portal is absolutely stunning, where we have this beautiful Top Thrill 2 portal. It's all lit up. It looks absolutely amazing. And now we're going to talk about the launch experience. Before you can hit the track, you got to pull up to that starting line. You'll have an awesome set of lights that'll let you know just the right time that launch is going to happen and send you forwards, backwards, and back forwards at 120 miles per hour. And not only will you see the lights on the starting tree, but you're also going to see them on the top hat structure as they count down to that amazing launch. And the State of Ohio Department of Agriculture has inspected and officially licensed Top Thrill 2 for you to ride. And don't forget to dip into the CP Racing store where you can pick up your official Top Thrill 2 merchandise. On behalf of Tony, myself, and the entire Cedar Point team, we want to thank you for joining us on this amazing journey of building Top Thrill 2. We'll see you on May 4th.